The Awesome Show starring Drew Zoromski and Jake Woodward. Written and created by Drew Zoromski. Episode 9, the big finale.
Previously on The Awesome Show.
Dad? What are you doing?
Evil flee from my sight. Good shall prevail in this fight.
Wait, are you quoting the Creed of Justice? My dad somehow warped himself here, so I had to follow. He's acting really weird.
Attention, Dad. We have the place surrounded. If you come out now and without a fight, we'll be looking to make a deal with you. We're willing to take you in dead or alive.
What?
Deceptious, you fiend! I should have known you were behind this.
My name is Melvin Snodgrass. I'm a computer genius. I do odd jobs for people who pay big. Where's my dad? What did you do with him? Oh, he's fine. He's in a protective mind-controlling symbiotic suit called Simba. Who are you?
Me? Why, I'm Mr. Big.
What are you going to do?
Well, I'm going to send our fair captain home, of course. Goodbye, Captain Awesome.
No! What would I ever do for a creep like you?
You've given me access to your world. Your weak universe is now available for my conquest.
Confused, Max looked up at Mr. Big.
What do you mean? I've given you access to my world.
Max. I really thought that you'd be cleverer than this.
Mr. Big walked over to the giant cannon that was used to shoot Captain Awesome into space. He located a button on the side and pressed it. Instantly, the structure transformed into a giant door with a large computer on the side of it. He walked over to the computer, pushed some buttons, and then threw a switch. The machine started to hum.
What is that? What are you doing?
Mr. Big snapped his fingers and gestured in his direction. Two goons brought him a giant chair that he sat down in. Max could hear the chair creak and groan under Mr. Big's immense size.
You still don't know, do you?
Know what?
What your father is doing here. Why I need him.
Mr. Big pulled out a remote control and pushed a button, and then put the remote control back into his back pocket. Max's dad robotically shuffled into the light.
Hello, son.
No, I guess I haven't figured that part out yet.
Do you know where your father works?
Not really. I know he works with something with the government as a scientist or something.
There we go. Now you're starting to think. Do you know precisely what it is that he does?
No, not really.
Your father works for the FEWS, or FUSE, the Federal Explorers of Weird Stuff. He, along with other scientists, examined anomalies and abnormalities in your world. One of these happens to be the ability to cross dimensions. Are you starting to get the picture now?
Kind of. Are you saying he discovered this world? Or maybe you discovered him?
Look at that. You're cleverer than I thought.
The machine is at 50% power, sir.
Why, thank you, Tirehead. I discovered his bridge into our universe, and I thought, what a wonderful opportunity. I should take it. I devised a plan to use their portal as a bridge, and this machine here is the other half. Imagine, to be in a world with no heroes. A place where a supervillain could roam free, looting and pillaging as he pleases.
It sounds like a dream world, sir.
Doesn't it?
Wait, why did you need my dad's portal? The Gadget Master's portal doesn't need a bridge.
Oh, yes, it does. What do you think that book is? And we couldn't just go and steal his or use your book as a bridge. Only a hero can use those. They're only operable by the pure of heart, or some other disgusting nonsense.
The bridge is at full power!
Excellent. Well, I guess it's time to set my plan into action. It has been fun, Max, really it has. But, like with the captain, I think it's time that we finally part our ways.
You won't get away with this!
But I already have. It's over, I've won. The captain is now a frozen ball of ice next to Jupiter. You're tied to a chair, and I'm about to step foot into your world along with hundreds of my closest nefarious friends. You've lost.
No!
Goodbye, Max.
Mr. Big stepped up to the machine. Just as he was about to step through, a large boom sounded from the front of the building.
Don't you move another step, you fiend! It's about time you feel the chilling embrace of prison bars. No, that's impossible.
In the doorway was Captain Awesome. He stood tall, broad, and in his classic heroic stance. He was clad in red, white, and blue, the colors of America.
And Great Britain.
As if. No, I shot you into deep space. You should be floating around Saturn by now. It seems that you miscalculated. You see, you shot me out into space, but right towards the sun. The closer I got, the hotter I got, and soon enough all the ice was gone.
Well, that explains your nice tan.
Thank you, my young ward. No, you won't stop me now, Captain. I've come too far to lose this time.
Mr. Big snapped his fingers. Max and Captain Awesome looked at the back wall. From the shadows came forth every villain Max could think of. There was, of course, Tirehead and his goons, but there was also Icy Pete and Blazing Bear, Foul-Distrubal and his henchbot Strudel, Kane, Silverback, Deceptious.
Wait, Deceptious? I thought you gave up crime. I told Mom that I was going to a friend's house for a play date.
There were also scores of other villains and their respective henchmen that Max had only ever seen in the comics.
It seems to me you're a little outnumbered, Captain. I think it would be wise of you to stand down. Did James Bowie and Davy Crockett stand down at the Alamo?
No!
Did the men on the beaches of Normandy run back into their boats?
No!
Did the U.S. government give up the fight in Vietnam?
No! Well, actually, yes.
Yes, but that's not important. What is important is that steely resolve, that American spirit, that patriotic stance against evil, and I have that!
And so do we. Behind Captain Awesome, in marched all of his friends and compatriots. It was the League of Justice. Human Hyperbeam at your service, Cap.
Monkey Boy in the Prime 8 reporting for duty, sir.
Superfluous Lineman, ready for action.
Your old buddy Gadget Master is here to help.
Emerald Dignity and the rest of us are here with you, Cap.
The two sides, good and evil, stood face to face.
Hey, I don't mean to be a burden, but I'm still tied to a chair.
So this is it. This is where we finally meet in combat. This is where we finally settle this competition. Once and for all.
Hello? Can anyone actually hear me?
It seems like Lady Destiny has finally shown her hand.
Hey, I'm right in the middle here. Kinda hard to miss.
Well then, let's get this over with. Time to taste the sweet swing of justice, baby!
Oh boy.
Let's do this.
Welcome to the French regime.
And so it began. The two sides rushed toward the middle and clashed in a fury of laser blasts and hand-to-hand combat.
I prefer the ancient art of ape food myself.
Hey, I'm still on the chair.
I've got you, kid.
Not if I have anything to do about it.
Don't worry, Max, I gotcha.
Thanks, Gadget Master.
No problem. Now, where did that devious deceptions go? I think it's about time our gadgetry meets face to face.
Okay, I'm going to find my dad.
I saw him over next to the bridge machine.
I'm on it.
Max rushed over to the machine, dodging duel after duel.
Hey, Tirehead, I guess this is where rubber meets the road.
Yeah, wise guy, well, eat my dust. Soon Max reached his dad, who was just on the outskirts of the main fight, staring off into space.
Dad, are you okay? Dad? Oh boy, he's still under the mind control. Think, Max? This suit he's stuck in, it has to have a weakness. Maybe a kill switch. The remote, that's it. But where did it go? Mr. Big! Where is he, though? There he is, on top of that crate. How do I get to it? I'm sure there's a gadget in here somewhere. Waffle iron, mega hairdryer, giant crowbar, high ultra-powered magnet. That might work.
Max activated the gadget. His whole left arm transformed into a giant red and white horseshoe magnet.
Awesome!
I'm over here.
Max began to feel a great pressure fill the room. He pointed his arm at Mr. Big and concentrated with all of his might. Instantly, every metal object in the room started flying towards him, eventually landing itself a place on the end of Max's magnet.
Okay, that's enough.
Max switched off the magnet and began searching through the mass of metal.
Swords, guns, car keys, steel jaw. Oh, sorry.
It's okay, kid.
Where's that remote? There it is.
Max picked up the remote, and not a moment too soon, because Max's father spotted him and was quickly sprinting in his direction.
If you touch that remote, you're grounded.
I hope this works.
You're in big trouble, mister.
Huh? Where am I? Max? What's going on?
Dad!
Max, I had the strangest dream. Where are we? Why are all these people fighting?
I don't have time to explain.
Max?
Okay, but you won't believe me. Long story short, your mind and body was hijacked by a super crazy, super evil villain who wants to take over the planet because there aren't any superheroes there like there are here.
Oh, yeah, that sounds perfectly logical.
I know it's crazy, but... What?
Yeah. My research concluded that there was superhuman activity in this dimension.
Wait, so you knew this was real the whole time?
Yes, of course, Max. Once I figured out, is that Emerald Dignity? I have over 300 issues of his comic book. I even have this super rare collectible trading card.
You mean?
The one with the hidden hologram! Son, I should have known that you'd share my affinity for comic culture. I've been a poor father lately, and...
Hey, look out! Whoa! That was too close. Dad, we can have a heart-to-heart later, but right now we need to find Captain Awesome and see where we can help out.
Right.
Max and his father ducked and dodged their way through the seas of battling titans.
Captain? Captain Awesome?
I'm
Captain!
over here, Max, over here. Take that, Silverback. Monkey Boy, protect our left flank. I think Kane's trying to break through.
Aye, aye, yo, Captain, my Captain.
Cap, I freed my dad. Where do you need me?
Well, Max, I need you to take care of Silverback while I go find,
Cap?
Where is Mr. Big?
The dynamic duo and Mr. McNickles searched the room frantically, but Mr. Big was nowhere to be seen.
Well, he doesn't have invisibility powers or any shrinky powers. He's generally a pretty big dude. Think! Where could he be? One of those giant crates, perhaps.
Is that him?
Who? Where?
That big guy heading into that portal over there.
Cap, it's him! He's headed for the portal!
Maybe he's hiding under one of the gunky layers of the superfluous slime man's slime. Wait, I bet you he's heading for the portal!
You don't say.
And it looks like he's getting away! Quick, to the portal, away!
Cap! Help!
What's wrong?
Crazy Steve, the explosives king of the upper Midwest, is about to detonate a giant bomb!
This is Crazy Steve, the explosive king of the upper Midwest. And boy, do I have a deal for you!
Max, you chase after Mr. Big. Try to slow him down. I'll deal with this bomb and then catch up with you later.
Yes, sir!
To the crazy bomb guy, away!
Max headed for the portal. Right before he stepped inside, a hand grabbed him from behind.
I'm going too.
But Dad, you don't have any superpowers or even any gadgets.
Yeah? Well, I started this mess. Sure, maybe I was just the mind control tool in this whole scheme, but darn it, I'm gonna finish it.
All right, well, I guess this is it then. Here we go.
Max stepped forward through the portal, his father following closely behind him. Once on the other side, Max and Mr. McNickles found themselves in a room full of computers. Several of the computers were smashed, and on the floor in front of them lay a man in a lab coat.
Oh no, Dr. Stevenson. Bill, are you okay?
Greg, is that you?
What happened?
I was down here working on the portal and all of a sudden it randomly turned on. I was trying to turn it off, but I couldn't. Then there was this big man. He came through and asked me where the closest elevator was. I panicked and I told him I didn't even know. That's when he threw me across the room.
Don't move. I'm gonna call the hospital, Max. We have to get him some medical attention. Max?
Dad looked around the room, but Max was nowhere to be seen.
Well, I'll be...
Max ran down the hallway, stopping every few moments to stoop down and talk to a battered and bruised guard. Following Mr. Big's path of destruction, Max finally made it to the elevator. Unfortunately, the door was dented and it looked like it had been punched from the inside out, making it impossible to open. Max pushed the button and noticed that the elevator was stuck on the top floor.
Shoot! New plan. Maybe I'll just have to take the stairs.
Max ran to the staircase and started to climb upwards. After several floors, he realized that he was moving too slowly.
Okay, new plan. Let's see what kind of gadget I have in here. Laser jump rope? No. Sonic lockpick? No. Pneumatic grappling hook launcher? Yeah.
Max looked up the core of the staircase and pointed his grappling gadget. Max grappled his way up to the top floor, deactivated his gadget, and began searching the area for any evidence of Mr. Big.
You know, broken doors, unconscious guards, crying children, the usual.
Max soon spotted a small staircase at the end of the hall. At the base of it was a door that looked like it had been crumpled up like a piece of paper. On the door was writing that read, "Roof access, caution, employees only."
Bingo! There's nowhere else for him to run.
Max cautiously headed up the stairs. When he got onto the roof, he saw Mr. Big on his knees tinkering with a small machine.
You know, this happens to be one of the tallest buildings in one of the largest cities in the most influential country in your world.
What's the plan? Vile villain?
You're trying to be like the captain. Cute. You know, this isn't how the plan was supposed to go.
What do you mean?
Mr. Big stopped working on the machine, stood up, and faced Max.
Every crime, every disaster, every heist, everything has been leading up to this one moment. Can't you see it? Why do you think Tyre had attacked the bank when you just so happened to find yourself in Metroburg? How about Weapon Q? Do you not think that duplicates of its design were not made? Were all of these coincidences?
This was your plan all along?
Almost. It was all part of the plan, with the exception of that nitwit Captain Awesome. The only thing that I couldn't count on was him surviving my trap. But no matter. I managed to work it all out in the end, and now the game is over.
How so? The heroes are winning back in Metroburg, and you have nowhere else to run.
Ah, yes, but you are forgetting my little surprise. My queen piece, my ace in the hold, my secret weapon. I present to you Weapon Y.
Mr. Big pointed down to the little machine that he had been working on when Max came up onto the roof.
That looks just like Weapon Q. I think I'm starting to figure it out.
Go on, amuse me.
I guess you knew that was going to happen, so you used the time to make a copy of it. And now you plan to start the next phase of your evil plan right here.
Now that you know the inevitable, I have a proposition for you. I think that you have what it takes to be a mastermind like me. Join me, and together we can rule this pitiful world.
What?
Think of the power, Max. You can have anything you've ever wanted. All of your dreams could come true right before your very eyes.
Never! I would never join the likes of you! Go find someone else!
So be it. But you can't say that I didn't give you a chance.
Mr. Big bent down and flipped the switch. The machine began humming and buzzing. A clock on the machine began a 60-second countdown.
Let my reign begin, and long live the king.
No!
Max sprang forward, diving for the machine. Right as he touched it, he was snagged out of the air and thrown across the roof.
Stay out of my way, boy. You won't ruin my day. Did you just throw my sidekick?
Standing in front of Mr. Big was Captain Awesome, poised in his heroic stance.
You can throw a ball. You can throw a party. Heck, you can even throw your back out for all I care, but no one throws my sidekick.
Captain Awesome sprang forward and tackled Mr. Big. The two exchanged blows until Mr. Big caught Captain Awesome in a chokehold.
You're too late, Captain. My machine will be ready any second now. There's one thing you never did understand when you were my sidekick.
Sidekick?
Justice always wins!
Captain Awesome began to shake.
What are you doing? I'm about to show you American spirit, baby!
Captain Awesome started glowing red, white, and blue. All of a sudden, a blast of bright light shook the roof. When Max opened his eyes, he saw Captain Awesome standing over Mr. Big, who was lying on his back next to the smashed remains of Weapon Q.
Cap, what happened?
Well, Max, that's what I call the Patriot Beam! No, my plan. My wonderful plan. More like terrible plan. That's what happens when you mess with the good guys, Mr. Big.
Captain Awesome and Max collected the machine, handcuffed Mr. Big, and headed back to the warehouse in Metroburg.
And let me tell you, Mr. Big needs to cut down to Mr. Medium.
When our dynamic duo got back to the warehouse, they found that the heroes had won and the police were already loading up the squad cars and vans with the defeated villains.
Thanks a ton. We've been looking everywhere for these guys since the breakout last month. And just to ease your conscience, we're gonna beef up security around the prison, huh?
All in a hard day's work.
Well, Max, are you ready to head home?
Dad, what are you doing here?
I came back through the portal to see if I could help. The battle was already over, so I just got to cuff the bad guys. Just like the good old days.
What do you mean?
Well, I used to do the very same thing at your age, just without the fancy gadgets, of course. It was a simpler time.
Wait, you've been to Metroburg before?
A bit. I used to fight crime too, you know.
And he was the best sidekick I ever had.
Admiral Dignity, how have you been?
Good ever since retirement. But this new action's got me exhausted.
Max, you don't mind if I catch up with my old teacher for a little bit? Please?
Of course not, Dad.
The heroes talked, laughed, and visited well until the sun began to rise.
Max, you ready to leave? I think it's about time to get home.
Sure.
I've got that portal there configured so that it'll send you right home now, okay?
Thanks, Gadget Master.
Don't mention it.
Well, Max, we've reached the end of another episode. Season. Mission. You're a great sidekick, you know that?
Thanks, Cap.
You'll be back soon for more adventures, right?
Max and his father walked up to the edge of the portal.
I'll be back before you know it.
And with that, Max and Mr. McNickles walked through the portal and were quickly back home.